So I only had one New Year's resolution for 2016, and that was to upload one video to this YouTube channel every week. That turned out well, huh? Hey guys, I am back! I have been absent from YouTube for forever. I just haven't had any motivation to do videos whatsoever. But today I'm back. Today I felt like filming a video, and hopefully I will actually upload this because I have been filming a couple of videos over the past few months, but I haven't had any motivation to edit them. But hopefully this one will be up on the internet. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing the intimidating TBR tag. This is a tag that a lot of people have been doing recently, so I thought, hey, let's do that tag because my TBR is hella intimidating. This tag was created by Lindsay Ray. I'm going to leave a link to her video down below so you can go check that out. Now it is time to get started with the tag. Question number 1. What book have you been unable to finish? I'm going to be going with maybe a little bit of a controversial one because everybody loves this series, and that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Now, I started reading this like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a really long time ago, before I even knew of BookTube, I think. And I got like 100 pages in, but I didn't really like it. I thought it was really slow. So I put it down, and then like half a year later I put it back up, and I read about another 100 couple pages. So I'm like almost in the middle. As you can see, I still have a bookmark in here. But I haven't read it for years. And I have no interest in reading it, but somehow I still have it standing on my shelves because everybody loves Cassandra Clare, and I kind of want to give her a third chance, but I kind of don't because of stuff, but I don't know. Question number 2 is, what book have you been unable to read because you haven't had the time? And my answer for this is going to have to be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've had this book for a couple of months now, and I have been so excited to read it. I haven't even read the Grisha books, but everyone has been saying so many great things about this book here, and I really want to read it, but it's pretty big, so I haven't been able to do that because I haven't had the time, which is kind of says itself because that's what the question is, but whatever. Question number 3 is, what book have you yet to read because it is a sequel? And my answer for this one is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I have read both Vicious and A Darker Shade of Magic, and both of them are brilliant books, and I love V.E. Schwab, but I just got this a couple of months ago, maybe 1 month ago or something, and I haven't read it yet, but I really want to. But this one is pretty big as well. This is actually a lot bigger than the first book, but I am excited because V.E. Schwab is the queen. Question number 4 is, what book have you yet to read because it is brand new? My answer for this is technically not a new book. I think it was a 2015 release, but I got this like last week, so for me it is brand new, and that is My Heart in Other Black Holes by Jasmine Wanga. I have heard some good things about it, and actually I did want to get the hardcover, but I was placing an order at the book depository and I wanted to throw another book in there, so I bought this on a whim, and I am really excited to read it. I really like this cover. The hardcover is even more pretty, but this is just so beautiful, but it's brand new, and I was away all of last week, so naturally I haven't been able to read it. Also, I read Winter by Marissa Meyer, which is like an 800-page book, so I haven't even been able to consider reading anything else, but yeah. Hopefully I'll read this soon. Question number 5 is, what book have you yet to read because you read another book by the same author and didn't enjoy it? And I couldn't really think of anything for this because I only buy books from an author that I've read before if I liked that author, but I did find one kind of thing that suits this, and that is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, because I really didn't like Crown of Midnight. I really enjoyed Throne of Glass. It was one of the favorite books that I read last year, but Crown of Midnight was, I think, maybe my only 2-star review of last year, because I usually don't give 2-star reviews because usually I enjoy everything I read. But anyway, I do want to read this because the end of Crown of Midnight was good, and people generally seem to be enjoying Heir of Fire more than Crown of Midnight. But this book is hella long, so I don't know when that will happen, but it will happen one day. Question 6 is, what do you yet have to read because you're not in the mood for it? And the instant that I heard this question, one word kept popping into my mind, and that word was classics. I own about 5 or so classics, I think, and I keep buying them even though I'm not really interested in reading them as of now, but I think I might be when I'm older or something, I don't know, and they have pretty covers. So my answer for this one is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Honestly, I don't even know what Jane Eyre is about. I know that it is well known. I don't really know what any of the classics are about except for Pride and Prejudice, and that's only because I've seen the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is, by the way, an awesome adaptation, and you should all go watch it. I'm gonna link to the Lizzie Bennet Diaries down below because it's amazing. Anyway, classics. How do I do them? I've only read one classic in my life, and that was Wuthering Heights. And I read it in Swedish, and even though I read it in Swedish, the language was just so hard. So I don't know how I will be able to read a classic in English, but we'll see about it. I do want to read them someday because I want to know what they're about and stuff. And yeah, they're classics, so they ought to be good, I guess. I don't know. Question number 7 is, what book have you yet to read because it is humongous? And my answer for this is The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, or as we all know, J.K. Rowling. Now, this book isn't actually that big per se. The page count is less than 500, but the size of it is just so big. It's one of those large books, and I just have no interest in carrying it around, and that gives me lack of motivation to read it, because large books are simply hard to take with you. So that's why I picked this fella, but I am excited for it. I got it for like 20 crowns, that's about, I think, $3, so I got it really, really cheap. But I have yet to read it. Question number 8 is, what book have you yet to read because it was a cover buy and has since gotten bad reviews? And my answer for this is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Now, this is a book that a lot of people have heard about, and this is also another book that I got at a discount because the store that I bought it in was closing down, and it was floppy and shit, so I got it, and it is very pretty. I have to admit that. The cover is very beautiful, and even more beautiful on the hardcover. I keep praising hardcovers. Anyway, people have been saying so many bad things about it. Some people do like it, but not a lot of people do. But still, it is a very popular book. It was translated in Swedish, and if a book is translated into our little language, it is pretty popular. Only the most popular books gets translated into Swedish. Anyway, I don't know how to feel about it. I should read it for myself and see what I think. Yeah. And the last question in this tag is, what is the most intimidating book on your TBR pile? I actually had to think quite a lot about this one because I sort of wanted to pick Heir of Fire again, but that didn't really seem quite right because I am excited to read it. I just think it's too big and just blah. But then I found a small book sitting in one of the corners. It is very well known, and it is also very, very big, even though it's small because I have it in a British paperback. Anyway, that book is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This book is so big and everyone loves it, and just I do want to read it because I do want to know what it's about, but high fantasy is not really my thing. I have a really hard time getting into high fantasy, so this book has been sitting on my shelves for maybe 2 years, 1.5 years, okay, almost 2 years I think, and I don't know if I'm gonna read it. I'm thinking of maybe unhauling it because I don't know. Should I read this? If anyone sees this and has read this, what do you think? Should I try to read it? Should I commit to it and like sit down for a day and read like 300 pages straight until I'm into it or something? Or what should I do? Do you think it will be worthwhile? Everyone loves it, so I guess so. I don't know. So that was the intimidating TBR tag. A lot of uncertainty concerning these books from me, but I guess that's the way it goes. I mean, these are, after all, the books on my TBR that intimidate me the most, or well, not all of them, but most of them. But yeah, it's nice to be back on BookTube. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. It makes me happy that people apparently are still watching me, even though I'm not relevant or anything. But yeah, thank you, and I will see you next time, if there is a next time, which hopefully there will be. I'm a mess. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Goodbye.